What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here, back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we're going over the event wish notice for phase 1 and phase 2. By the way, they actually showed us pretty much everything that we need to know for phase 1 and phase 2, guys. So we're gonna hop in here, we're gonna do the full should you summon, I guess. Yeah, so this is gonna be a jam-packed one because we got a ton of banners to talk about, guys. We got all these, we have the Mavuika Citlali as well. So hey man, let's hop in and let's talk about it, guys. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. We recently hit that 1K subs in the channel, and we've been grinding. Also, join the Discord, link in the description if you guys do want to join the Genshin community. And with that out of the way, man, let's hop in and let's talk the banner. So we have Mavuika and Citlali with Bennett, Diona, and Kachina. Honestly, not a bad lineup, because Kachina, this is her first rerun. Bennett is really good, obviously, for Mavuika, and Diona, I mean, she's just kind of there, you know. Diona is an alright character. I mean, she's like a bootleg Citlali, I guess, right? You know, another, like, a cryo shielder. So, hey, man, I guess there's that if you don't get Citlali, but honestly, guys, not a bad 4-star lineup at all. Let's talk about each of the 4 stars real quick, and then we'll go to the weapon banner. Alright, guys, so for the 4 stars we got, Diona is gonna be a cryo shielder. She also has a healing ultimate as well, and honestly, Diona is not a bad character. If you pull this character, I think she could be really good for your account. It's just kind of a thing of like, what teams are you gonna really use her on? And yeah, I mean, not too many good teams that she's really like best in slot on, I'd say. She's more so just kind of a character you slot in if you're like, let's say you're missing Li, or you know, you're missing like a shielder for your like whatever team you're running, or if you're trying to go with like a melt comp, then Diona definitely is good. But yeah, she is one of the banner characters right there, not bad. Bennett, I mean, what's to say about Bennett, guys? This character is like the best 4-star in the entire game. He gives you healing, he gives you an attack buff, he gives you pyro damage at C6. He heals you to like a certain cap of HP. Insane unit, man. Honestly, a really good pickup as well. And for Mavuika, gonna be a really good buff for her as well. So definitely getting Bennett is gonna be really good. And then the final character on the banner is Kachina, which is actually one of the most recent 4 stars we got. So yeah, Kachina is gonna be kind of just a 4-star Shalonen in a sense, but more so like an Albedo with like off-field damage, I guess. Yeah, I think Kachina's really good. She can run scroll, obviously, which is really nice because that means 40%, you know, elemental damage for your team. She can, you know, she obviously scales off defense. She's a defense scaling Geo character. So yeah, I mean, she has her uses. She's not like absurdly strong or anything like that. But I think if you don't have Shalonen and you want a character that could get you scroll, I mean, she's not a bad idea to do it. You have either her or Auron. So if you're trying to run like, you know, Kachina on the team, you can have her be your scroll unit, and then you can have like Auron on another team for her to for him to be a scroll unit, whatever the case. Yeah, guys, I think Kachina is gonna be honestly a really good pickup. You know, this is her first rerun as well, so that's good. So yeah, man, that is going to cover the 4 stars on the banner. Let's move over to the weapon banner now. Alright, guys, so that covers the characters on the banner. I mean, obviously, like, you know, Bennett, Diona, and Kachina are actually a really good lineup. Now, Mavuika, right? We didn't talk about the 5 stars, guys, but Mavuika, I mean, must summon, guys. It's the Pyro Archon, absolutely absurd. Literally does like everything you want. She has off-field application, she has on-field. She's a main DPS, a strong main DPS at that. Absolutely absurd unit. And then we're talking with Citlali here. She's just another cryo shielder, but she's more so on the like kind of sub DPS cryo shielder, right? She's really good with like melt team. She's gonna be really strong on that. She scales with EM as well, so the higher the EM, the stronger the shield, but also the more damage you're gonna hit with your melts, obviously. So yeah, I think Citlali is gonna be a great character as well. But I would say if you had to choose between the two, I mean, guys, Mavuika is going to be the character right there. You do not need Citlali for Mavuika, but Citlali is a big buff to Mavuika, though. If you're running a Melt Mavuika, Citlali is going to be great. So that covers the main characters on the banner, guys. Let's talk about the weapon banner now. So obviously, 2 new weapons here is good, but I think Starcaller's Watch is not really that insane for other characters. It's because the thing is with the Starcaller's Watch, it's pretty much a stat stick for EM, right? Because you're getting a stronger shield for your EM. I think it gives you like a little bit stronger shield as well, so it could be like a decent option on I don't even know, I guess like Nahida, just for the EM stat stick, right? Like that's the only thing I could really think of. But it's not a bad weapon as well. And then yeah, I mean, Mavuika's is actually a really good like universal I was about to say polearm, but a universal claymore, it's actually pretty good. But yeah, I mean, it just kind of depends, guys. It really depends on the character, but really high base attack. It has some crit rate, it gives crit damage as well. Really good stuff. So yeah, honestly, not too bad. Now, in terms of the weapons on the banner, though, you have what is that? That's Stringless. You have Sack Sword, which is really good. Fav Lance. And then I think that's Favonius Codex as well. And then Lithic Blade. Okay. I mean, not too bad. I think Fav Lance and Sack Sword are really good. And then Stringless is really nice for, like, you know, Facial or, like, any EM, like, kind of bow character. Favonius Codex, I don't really see much use out of that, but it's still a solid option as well if you need energy. So, yeah, guys, I mean, the weapon banner, I wouldn't say it's, like, a must summon unless you really want Mavuika's weapon. If you do get Citlali's weapon, though, it really is either Citlali or Nahida. Like, that's the only use I think you're really gonna get out of that weapon, so it would be kind of tough if you pull that. But if you do get Mavuika's weapon, you can run it on pretty much any Claymore character, which is good. So yeah, that covers the phase 1, guys. We had to kind of speed through that. Now moving on, we have, like, oh my god, we have phase 2 stuff. So we have Chronicled Wish. Now, for Chronicled Wish, guys, I wouldn't say it's like a must summon for anyone, for anything like that. It's really if you're missing characters and you really want to commit to summoning for some of these characters, then by all means you could go for it. Shenhe is a character that hasn't rerun in a long time. Really good character still for Cryo. If you do want to run any type of Cryo main DPS, Shenhe is pretty much a must pick up. Bai's just a really good shielder healer. You can run him on a lot of different teams, mainly like the Bloom team or like New Valletta as a shielder. Yeah, I think Baju's actually, like, very good. You could go for him as well. The other characters here, Child is pretty good on, like, Child National. Ganyu on a Melt team is still very viable nowadays. Xiao has a lot of support now, so he's still very strong too. So if you do want to flesh out your account with some of these characters, guys, I mean, it's not a terrible idea. But again, you have, like, some crazy banners to still go through, right? So that's Chronicle Wish. Now, for the second half banners, we got Chevreuse, Lanyan, right? Because that's the new character. And then Rosaria. Okay. For Arlecchino and, what is it? For Clorand, right? Yeah, wow, that's actually a crazy second banner. Wait, that's an insane second banner, actually. And then, for the weapons here, guys, we got, what is that? Fab Bow. We got, what is that? Lion's Roar. And then, I think that's Widsith. And then Lithic Spear and Rain Slasher for the weapon banner right there. I don't know about that weapon banner. It's not the greatest. I mean, both the weapons here are highly specific too, because both of them are Bond of Life buffing weapons, right? You pretty much need to have Arlecchino or Clorand to really take advantage of those weapons, because other than that, they're really just stat sticks, right? You're really just running them for the base attack and the crit chance, crit damage. So yeah, I mean, honestly, guys, the weapon banner for Arlecchino and Clorand is not going to be that crazy. But like the character banners though, really good. I mean, Chevreuse is an insane character for Overload. Rosaria is solid, you know, because you have like Melt Team. She increases crit rate as well. Honestly, not that bad. And then Lanya. We could kind of talk about each of the characters actually here. Let me load up the game again. Alright, so Lanyan's not in the game, guys, so I can't really get my say on Lanyan yet, but supposedly she's supposed to be like a shielder, so that's not too bad. But yeah, I mean, Chevreuse, let's go to Chevreuse, man. She is a absolutely absurd 4-star, man. Yeah, so Chevreuse is going to be really good because she works only on Overload teams, but on Overload teams, she's broken. Like, she literally buffs your damage like an absurd amount, and Overload did get a buff in terms of the reaction damage for it too. So now you have Chevreuse, Clorand or Arlecchino can both benefit because they're both, you know, Electro and Pyro. So that being said, like, if you're summoning on this banner and you pull Chevreuse like a few times, that is insanely strong for your Clorand or your Arlecchino, right? Like, if you're running either of these characters, which you would be summoning for on that second half, that's the whole idea, right? So actually a really, really insane character pick on that one. And then what was the last character again? Let's see. What was the last character? It was Rosaria. Okay, so Rosaria, she's actually a fairly solid off-field like sub DPS as well. I used to use Rosaria a ton on my, where is Rosaria here? There we go. Yeah, Rosaria I think is like really good for like off-field cryo. I definitely do recommend her on teams where you need crit rate as well, because you use her for her ultimate where you're getting the off-field cryo damage so you can melt, but also you can do it for just the crit rate that you get. I think one of her talents actually provides that. Which one is it? Yeah, so when you cast her Elemental Burst, you increase crit rate of your allies based on her own crit rate, right? I think that's how it works. So the max bonus you can get is up to 15%, but that's still really good. So you can kind of tie that in with, you know, your team you're rocking, and she can be really strong with that, man. So yeah, guys, I mean, I think the 4-stars across the board on these banners are great. And then, yeah, for Arlecchino and Clorand here, both insanely strong DPSs, guys. If I had to say one of the two is better, I would probably say Arlecchino, but Chlorand has a different role now with, you know, the whole release of Mavuika. Arlecchino kind of has some competition on fire main DPS, so Chlorand still is really good. I mean, I would say right now she's the best C0 main DPS Electro unit, so if that's something you're looking for, she is really, really good. But yeah, I mean, honestly, this character banner is really insane. Like, you have Rosaria, Chevreuse, and Lanya. Like, that's crazy. So this second half, if you're summoning on this, guys, really good second half, man. For sure, guys. So yeah, man, that is gonna cover, guys, the full should you summon, I guess. So TLDR, let's talk about it. So the TLDR is for Mavuika and Citlali. I would say summon for Mavuika, must summon character. She's absolutely absurd. The banner is not bad. Bennett and Kachina being the main saving graces of this, I say are really good. And then, yeah, I mean, Citlali, I wouldn't say it's like a must summon or anything like that. She's solid, but again, not a must summon. More so just like a character if you want to get her. She can fill out your account. She's a really nice shielder and can help with your melt. And then for the weapon banner, guys, I'd say probably skip out on this weapon banner because there are substitutes for Mavuika's weapon. You can run Serpent Spine. You can run, like, yeah, there's a bunch of other, like claymores that are still good. Even some of the, like, free-to-play ones will still probably work fine on her, too. Yeah, and then Citlali's weapon is just, like, it's not that crazy. It's really just a stat stick for Nahida, or you're running it only on Citlali, right? Because it's an EM stat stick, increases shield strength. Nothing really that you can really get out of it for other characters, though, right? It's really just that. And then, yeah, the filler on this, not too crazy. So, yeah, definitely skip the weapon banner on phase 1. And then phase 2, though, if you want any of these 4 stars, I don't even, like, if you throw, like, one multi on this banner, guys, just to like, try your luck at the 4 stars, I would not blame you. Because this is actually a really insane lineup. Really, really good. Arlecchino is a really strong main DPS, one of the strongest in the game, arguably right now second to first, depending on what you think. I'm more of on like the Nuvolette side personally, but I know Arlecchino is absolutely busted. So yeah, she's really insane. And then Chlorand is going to be the best Electro main DPS at the moment at C0. So if you're looking for a C0, just off the rip, you know, you have a DPS that can just dish out a ton of damage, she's going to be really good. So either or, guys, and regardless of what banner you're summoning on, you get Chevreuse, instantly you have the overload team. So it's honestly not a bad idea. So if you're missing these characters and you want to get them, go for it, man. It's honestly not bad. And then if we're talking the weapon banner, this one's okay. You know, because it doesn't have, like, anything, like, super crazy. Fable's alright. Like, Lithic Spear, though. Like, Rain Slash is okay for, like, Ming. Like, it's really just, like, very select stuff for, like, kind of niche builds. So, none of this you're really going to benefit from. I'd say the weapon banner for the first half, in terms of the filler, is better. But the weapon selection is, I don't know. I guess it's kind of similar, too. These are very, like, highly specific other than their, like, stat stick potential. So, yeah, guys, I would say, man, if you're someone that just wants Arlecchino and Chlorand, go for it. If you just want to go for the 4 stars, I mean, you can throw maybe one multi on it, but I wouldn't, like, chase any of the 4 stars like that. And then Chronicled Wish, again, guys, is just going to be if you want to summon on it. If you're missing some of these characters and you want to try your luck, go for it, man. But yeah, I mean, these are all kind of older characters nowadays, so they're not all that insane, but, you know, they definitely could, you know, help your account depending on the kind of, you know, the circumstance you're in right now. So there you guys go, man. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. I know kind of jam-packed, and I'm kind of like going through it really quickly, but I want to get you guys the information so you know exactly what you're going to be doing with the banner releases. I think these are dropping on the 1st, yeah, so literally with the New Year's. So happy New Year's, guys, for the banners, and hope you guys had a good holidays as well. But that's going to be it, and I'm going to see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.